It's beginning to look stormy out there, dear.
I think you're right, dear. Have you checked the barometer?
The barometer should be called a barometer. I'm freezing.
Oh, it's very funny, dear. But you're always cold.
I know, but it's you I'm thinking of. You've got to put your great coat on when you go out there tonight. And have you checked the reindeer?
The reindeer want for nothing, dear. Why are reindeer called reindeer, dear?
I don't know why reindeer are called reindeer, dear. I have no idea why reindeer are called reindeer, dear. Have you no idea, dear?
I've no idea why reindeer are called reindeer, dear.
Why do you ask, dear?
Well, it's just that reindeer hardly ever see rain, dear.
That's silly, dear. Reindeer live with each other.
No, not reindeer, dear. Reindeer, dear.
Reindeer.
Oh, I've just bought a new reindeer,
Have
dear.
you, dear? What have you named the new reindeer, dear?
Deirdre, dear.
Deirdre. I like Deirdre. That's a lovely name for a reindeer, dear. Was Deirdre very expensive?
Deirdre was very dear, dear.
Dear, 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 dear.
You're always reading, dear. What are you reading now?
I'm reading your book, The Christmas Journey.
Oh,
It's a very good book. It's a brilliant book. You know, it even mentions me and Rudolph, your old softie.
No, it tells about the journey at Christmas and explains how the magic works. It's all there in the book.
It is all here in the book. It's absolutely brilliant. Do you know, I love books. I love reading. I love music. I love song.
Oh, remember that time? Remember that time I lost my bobble hat and the elves, they wrote a song about
I
it.
do. Yes. It was called the Bobble Hat Song.
The Bobble Hat Song?
Yes. I remember that song. Will you sing it for me?
I will.
Santa's bobble hat is lost, it's not upon his head. He knows he saw it last night before he went to bed. The elves were sent to find it and they searched in every place. No matter where they looked of it, there was no trace. He's got another hat, but that hat has no baubles. See, he likes his hat with baubles, and that is the trouble. He believes his bauble hat sits on his head so neat. A wobbling bauble bobbling just cannot be beat. It bobbles left, it bobbles right, it bobbles up and down. It bobbles in a circle, yes, it bobbles round and round. It bobbles to the front and it bobbles to the back. A bobble, bobble, bobbles if you got a bobble hat. Santa's lost his bobble hat, he has to get it back. His cat was sat upon it and that's why it he lacks. He couldn't find it high or low but overlooked the cat. 'Twas there his purring pet was laid upon his bobble hat. It bobbles left, it bobbles right, it bobbles up and down. It bobbles in a circle, yes, it bobbles round and round. It bobbles to the front and it bobbles to the back. A bobble, bobble, bobbles if you got a bobble hat. Santa's cat decided it was time he had his tea, so he left his comfy bobble hat to see what he could see. 'Twas then the Santa saw his hat and saw that he could see that soon he'd have his hat sat where his hat should be. It bobbles left, it bobbles right, it bobbles up and down. It bobbles in a circle, yes, it bobbles round and round. It bobbles to the front and it bobbles to the back. A bobble, bobble, bobbles if you got a bobble hat. It bobbles left, it bobbles right, it bobbles up and down. It bobbles in a circle, yes, it bobbles round and round. It bobbles to the front and it bobbles to the back. A bobble, bobble, bobbles if you got a bobble hat. A bobble, bobble, bobbles if you got a bobble hat. A bobble, bobble, bobbles if you got a bobble hat.